Welcome everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video you're going to be learning how I created this design from scratch on PicsArt. I edited it on various applications like Snapseed, PicsArt, and PicsArt, and Adobe Lightroom. Right, so I'll take you through all the processes. In fact, I had a live session on how this was created and it was recorded, and you would see the full details in this video. So you just calm down and watch through, and as you watch, make sure you practice. All right, and make sure you remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also comment whatever question you have, whatever thing that's confusing you about PicsArt or whatever application that is being used to design with smartphone. You can always let me know in the description and the comment section rather. All right, and do well to click on the notification bell so you will get notified whenever we drop any video such as this. All right, so let's get started. And Samuel Precious.
Mute their mic right now to avoid any form of distraction. All right, so I'll get straight to my PicsArt. Oh my god, project here. So this is what we are going to be doing. I would import the picture. Can you hear me? Can you still hear me? So I'm gonna import the, I think it's here. All right, this is our model picture, right? This is what we're gonna be creating. Okay, although I enhanced this particular version, all right, but we are going to be creating the raw version here. All right, so here's the background I used. It's the background I used. Let me import it. I think I have everything here already. Okay, here's the background I used. Right, so I did something with the background. I turned it over. I turned the background over like this. I turned it over. So let's check the size. I think it's cool. Okay, so let's centralize and you lock it up. Right, lock it up. Then you can see something written up here. You'll have to do something about that. So let's quickly do some tricks. I'll have to create a shadow. All right, this is how you create the shadow. This shape, make it circle. Make it circle, then reduce the opacity until nothing is there. Increase the stroke, then reduce the size until there's nothing in the center. Reduce it, all right. Then you come to the blur radius here, increase it there. All right, so you increase the size of this. You can bend it over like this. Bend it over like this. Then you come to color. You give it a color. Now you give it the color of the background of that area. So how do we do that? Use your picker tool. You click on this plus icon. Click on this picker tool. Then click on this background. I think it should be around this place, right? So just touch this place. The colors here will be highlighted. You can see it in the top right hand corner here. All right. So you mark it. So you are just gonna copy this as many as you can so that it will cover up everything there. Just copy, so it won't be visible at all. No one will know that something has been there. Background creation and manipulation. So it's something really simple. So I locked everything up and here we are good to go. So the next thing we're going to be doing right now is to import our picture. Let's import the picture of the lady. The picture, and get the picture from Pinterest if you want to make research by yourself. So here's the picture. Oh yeah. So let's check the size of the picture. You have to increase it to, I think 87 is cool. Okay. or just leave it like that. It's kind of stubborn. Then we come to color filters. Let's work with the picture. Let's work the color picture, the filters. So okay, the saturation. Let's make the saturation. I just want to make sure. Now the reason for this is the yellow scarf or whatever it is covering her here. I want it to kind of blend with the background. I want it to kind of blend with the background. So we're just going to work with that. We're going to work with that. So let's see. Let's reduce. Alright, saturation 17. Contrast. Okay, we can always come back to adjust. So you can see that a picture, our face, our real face is not really straight. Right, our face is not really straight. So what can we do about that? What can we do about that? Let's turn it like this. Let's turn it like this. And put it somewhere around this place. I think it's cool. Alright, so it's still looking like rubbish right now. So let's come to our eraser tool here. So increase this last one. Increase this a bit. Okay, so you just have to clean the edges. Alright, so to be blended perfectly with the background. So let's take our time to work with this. Are we following? Is there anyone still following me there, please? Can you still see what I'm doing? Okay, that's great. Alright, so okay, we are getting there. Let's continue. We need to work with the upper part. Sorry, we are working with this place. Okay, so I think we are good to go. Are we? No. Let's go back. I don't want our face to be affected. I don't want our face to be affected. Our face is getting affected already. So let me just quickly do this.
Please, can you
I can't hear you.
I said, is it being recorded? Network is disturbing in my area.
Just you can leave and join again. Just leave and join immediately. Right, just take your time to make sure it's looking good on the background. Check, and if it's cool, then you're good to go. So here is the first thing you have to do. We are still going to work on the picture, the color filters, but that should not waste our time. So it's cool. Let's see. Let's bring this to front so we can always see. All right, so what we have next here is our, okay, there's something else we have to do with the background. I'm sorry for the noise. Some guys shouting over here. So you create a shape like this, then you come to your background color. Okay, so you click on plus, make this place, just leave it the way it is, then come to this place, make this place transparent. Just this place, make it transparent. That is everything you have to do. All right, so enable that. So see what you have here, then that's cool. You mark it, you check it up. Then you can come to color here, so you can be free, you know, change your colors and preview it. All right, we are going to make use of this color. Let's check the color code. If you want to write it down, the color code is XA25626. all right, that's great. So here we go. Then you copy, put it here again. Now this first one, let's take it back, then bring it on top of the background. So it will be on top of the background, but below the face of the lady, because I don't want it to affect the face. I want it only to be behind the lady and to cover all these designs on the background. Then you can bring this one on top and bring it down quite a bit. So we are going to lock this and we are going to lock this. So that is just how we can create the background. It's very simple. Okay, so let me import another thing. Let's import this gold element. Okay, I got this from Pinterest as well. So the gold element, the size should be around let's check. Is this too big? Let's just work with this ourselves. All right, it's just gonna be here. So we are going to be working with the color filters of this as well. So the saturation will be -42, I guess. You can still remember. Saturation should be -42, and the contrast is going to be 40. Okay. This is a mistake. This is saturation, not hue. Sorry. The hue remains 0. Okay. The hue remains 0. So the saturation is going to be -42. Okay, so you can see that right now. So we're going to be locking this one as well. So what else do we have to do? Let's bring it down a bit. Let's bring it down a bit. Okay. So what else do we have? Okay, we are done with all the external elements and whatsoever. So we are just gonna work with our text right now. Okay, so we have photo hack. All right, we have photo hack. Okay, so I think I wrote them different times. So we have photo. So the fonts, let's check the font if it's still here. Let's check the font, it's still here. All right, it's no longer here. Let's quickly look for it. It's not something far away. I love the fonts. Is it this? Against? I'm not sure. Is it Arika? I think it's the first one. So let's check the first one. Against. Let's see. Okay, it is. It is. All right. So it is this. So here is the font. Here's the font. So I use the texture. I use the golden texture. Is it this? So you just reduce the size like this. All right. So you can just give this. Is it 115? All right, 115. So we're good to go. So that's photo. Then so let's check inner shadow. I think I did something there. So you come to inner shadow, enable the inner shadow, and give the color yellow. Just work with this plate, give it yellow, reduce the blur radius to 2, then increase the offset to X, then offset Y, everything plus 1. So we can work with that. So that's the first thing. Then copy and write your hack. Before you do that, let's give it some sort of shadow before we do something. There's something we're going to be doing to make the color pop. Okay, so the shadow, reduce the blur radius to 2. Reduce, let's increase this. Okay. So I think we can work with this. So the color is going to be some sort of deep brown. Okay, so we are going to be working with that. So copy, write your hack. Are we still following? Hello? All right, so increase the size of hack. All right, good evening. You can unmute yourself. Please. So make sure everything is balanced. What else do we have to do? So let's reduce the size of photo. Are we good to go? Yes, we are. Then you merge both of them together. This is how you merge. You select this layer, then you click on this layer below here, then you select the two of them, then you click on this. All right, merge. Okay, so after you merge them, we're going to be editing them again on the color filters. Where's the color filter? So here we go. We can give it the hue. We can make the hue 2, and let's work with the contrast. Okay, we are good to go. So you just place this somewhere around the space. Okay, if you want to make it perfect, you can increase the size of this one to the highest and place it, but that's not the aim right now. The aim is to get everything done perfectly. So all that being done, let's quickly write the AI there. So we have AI. The font is orthography. Okay, so we'll just place it somewhere around here. Then the padding, come to padding, because the style of the font, just increase the padding so you can be able to view everything. So put it somewhere around this place. Then you I gave it stroke. Yes, give it stroke, just take it to 1, then change the color to this deep brown. Right, that's everything. Then I give it a shadow. The shadow will be yellow. This yellow shadow, just 2. Okay, can reduce the blur radius a bit. I think that's good. So we send it back behind the photo. Okay, so that's everything about the AI. So we have the photo hack. So the next thing is create a shape. Create a shape here. All right, shape should be like this. Bring it like this. So you bring it down a bit. So I was able to make it look like that. I was able to make it look like that. The same shadow we created earlier to blend the background, cover the text on the background, actually it is the same thing we are going to be making use of again. So let me bring it down a bit. So you create that same kind of shadow, or you copy the one we have created earlier, but I don't know if someone joined late, so let's create it again. You go to shape, turn this to 0, 100, then reduce the opacity, increase the stroke, reduce the size, then increase the radius or the blur radius. Okay, so this is everything we have. Then just work with this, and do it like just rotate it a bit, rotate. Alright, then change the color to our deep brown, make it deep. Okay, so then send it back, or you bring this one up, bring this down, or bring the white up. Okay, then you can adjust it from here. You can see the trick. Then copy, do the same thing. Alright, to make it perfect, let's check the rotating or our value. This will be -9 since that's 9, right? So you do the same thing, bring it somewhere around here, then bring it back, take it back. All right, so that is it. You can see it looking right now. So let's take this inside, then you put our text. The font I use is Creator. All right, you will learn what you will learn. All right, so you reduce the size, you bring it up here, change the color so we can see what we're doing. Change the color, then come to fonts, Creator. This is Pepper's name. No, it's Creator. So let's say extra bold, Creator bold. I think that's Creator bold. So you bring it here. So all right. So that is everything about this. I think this is too deep. This is for the shadow. It should be this. Yeah. So what you will learn, then we have to create another shape. So you come to shape. Just bring it like this. All right. So you come to gradients, you click on plus, then it's automatically on the second one. So click on first one, that's left to right. Then this right part of it, just make it transparent. That's all you have to do. Okay, so can you see that now? Can you see the trick? Then you change the color to our brown. Yeah, the deeper brown. This. So you can see that is just how I created this basically. Let's bring this to front. So that's everything. So let's just try to align. We are still gonna check that later though. So anything else? No. Let's continue. You may wonder why the color looks so different. That is because I enhanced it, so you have no problem. The main reason we are here is to get the tricks behind all the manipulations here. So that's just, you can see now. All right, so then we put the text. This is our text. Our text is here. Now I was able to get this. I have it already. Then Let me bring it in. I hope we are following. Let me bring it in and show you what I did. You can see the color is not really that sharp, and it's not even relating to this design. So this is what I did. I came to color filters. I tried to give it a color some kind of hue that will blend with our brown. Okay, it may not be exactly brown, but it should work well with our brown. So let's check the hue. The hue was 20. All right, then the saturation is -3. The contrast should be 18. All right, you can see that it's looking sharp right now. All right, the contrast is very good on PicsArt here. It makes whatever you have, makes it sharp. Okay, so this is how I was able to do this. And for the text, you can all know how I do that. So let me import the second shapes, second element here, so you can see how it looks. So this is how it looks. I will send this to the group as well. You can see it's just like that. Just place it here and I put the number there. So I think that's basically everything. So the design is actually simple. All right, just simple manipulations that I know. Design is actually very, very simple. Okay, so let me check if there is anything I did here I forgot to tell you. Shadow. Okay, we added the shadow when it was still a text. So the first thing that was done was to go to Snapseed. I went to Snapseed, and okay, let's save it. We have to save this one so we can do it from scratch. All right, let's do it from scratch. So let's go back to our Snapseed. Let's go back to Snapseed. I think we saved this just now. So let's check. Alright, so you come to your tools. Can't remember the exact way, but let's work with it. We don't need the brightness, neither do we need the contrast, do we? Okay, let's give it a little bit contrast because of the color of the picture. Alright, you can increase the contrast a bit. The saturation, let's reduce it. -2 is cool. Then ambience, yeah, we need it. Ambience is very, very good. Yeah. All right, so highlights a bit. So I think we are good to go. Then come to your details. Increase the structure. Increase the sharpening. You can see the transformation. Can you see the transformation? So if you want to see how it has been before, just long press on this surface. You can see the before, you can see the after. Can you see that? Before, after, before, after. So merely using Snapseed is enough. All right, well, we still have some other things to do with it. So let's use export. Don't use save. Export, it's better. The save will just reduce the size of the picture. Okay, so the next application we're going to be making use of right now is PS Touch. Now this PS Touch is not really necessary. It's not really necessary. The only thing I used it for here is to add what's it called, flare. All right, just to add lens flare to it. Okay, you can see the project here. So you click on the space. If you don't have this application, or you don't have to bother yourself, right? It's not a major thing here, but I just want to take you the steps. All right, so click on photo library and bring your photo, something really simple. So where's our into that should be Snapseed. Right, I just got this phone, so I have nothing here with me. All right, so let's see. All right, you can see that. So you click on this layer and plus icon, you click on plus, then from photo layer you bring in same step. You bring in there's a particular there's a particular element that you need. Let me just I have it here, but I want to show you how you can possibly get that particular lens flare that I made use of. So let's see. If you go to Pinterest, search for something like lens flare. You can see that I think it's the first one. So you download it. Let me download this one as well. I don't know the one that works better. Alright, so I think I have the one that works good though. But let's just do everything together from scratch actually. So pin, it should be under pin, right? The last ones. So let's try to import the first one. Add. So here is the lens flare. Now, what do you do to this lens flare? You mark it up. You click on the layer again. Then you click on this layer beside the plus. Then you click on this drop down. See normal mode here. So you click on it. You come to screen. You can see that it has changed. Alright. Then you click on this hand. Alright. Then you go to transform. The transform will allow you to move it around. You can see. So you increase the size. So I think I placed one here. Okay. Placed one here. I marked it. Then I duplicated it. You click on this plus. Then duplicate layer. Then you transform it into transform so you can move it. So you expand it. I think I expanded this one really much. So you expand it and just okay. This thing is not really looking good. We have to import another one. So let's bring this one up here to add some effects to our face. Right, so that it won't be too much. We would reduce the opacity. Okay, so click on the layers again, then click on these layers. So you will see opacity, reduce the opacity a bit, just a bit. Okay, so let's import the last one. Import. You click on plus, click on photo layer and photo library. So let's import the flare again so that we can have the full vision of it. The one there has been cut already. Alright, add. So here we go. So you click on the layer again, you click on this layer again, then you click on this drop down, then you click on screen. Alright, then you click on hand, then transform. Increase the size. So let's put the edge around the space. Alright, so we are going to reduce so that it won't be too much. Click on the plus. It's already selected automatically. Sorry, click on this layer, then reduce the opacity. I think 68 is not bad. 68 is not bad. So that's everything we have to do in PS Touch. So it's really nothing if you don't need it. It's really nothing. So you click on done, click on save. Are we following, please? I need to be hearing our voices. Are we following? Are we following?
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
So I think it should be this untitled one. Okay. So sorry. I clicked on it. I shouldn't have done that. You click on this place, that's to save to gallery. This place rather. Save to gallery. Then PNG is cool. Then select the particular one, then OK. Then everything will be saved. So we have 2 more applications to go to. So if you really want to make your work exceptional, you can always do this. if you have the time. But not all designs needs to, you know, go through all this stress. There are some designs just pick the lab and Snapseed. It's okay. Okay. But anything that's depicting beauty or something that looks like poster or something that has manipulations, it's always good to go through those processes. All right, so let's go to PicsArt. Sorry, let's do for Lightroom first. So Lightroom. All right, Lightroom is just the final step. Then we just add some finishing touch on PicsArt. All right. So I pray Lightroom opens. You misbehave sometimes. I'm not ready to update. It's not by force. Alright, so let's see. ESCC this. Alright, so here we are. So the first thing you should okay. First thing is thank you. I know. You come to this left hand side, presets. We have presets here. The first one, I think the first one is cool. Yellow. Yeah, this is cool. So let me reduce it a bit. Should not be too much. Let's reduce. 67 is not bad. Okay, we'll mark it. Then we come to edit. That's the one at the center. Then the one here, that's details, effects, color, and probably light. So let's check the detail. Just tap on this place and it brings the rest. So amounts, I don't just want it to be too much. The amount, radius, the radius should be a bit much because of the lady's face. All right, so details, masking a bit. The amount. Okay, so noise reduction. Let's reduce the noise on our face. Okay, yeah, it's good now. The noise are too big a bit, so the contrast should be a bit. All right, so color noise, do we have to do anything there? Color noise reduction, let's just play a bit with them. Color noise reduction, smoothness, increase the smoothness. I want our face smooth. All right, face is smooth. All right, so let's come to effect. We have texture. Right, the clarity, I don't really like the clarity most times. Let's just give it maybe +2 or +3. It makes the image too clear, darken some part of it. All right, the haze, all right, the haze is not bad. So we come to our color. I don't want to tamper with the color. All right, the exposure, you can just give it +1 or +2 because it makes it light. Right, +0.12, it's cool. It's not bad. So I don't want to go too much. I think this is good enough. So you click on this blue button again. So then you save copy to device. So our design is ready. It's ready to be devoured. So we can just go to PicsArt to add some touch to it, just some external effects, and at the end of the day, our food is ready, our design is ready. So it's as simple as that. Okay, I got saved. So we go to PicsArt. And let's see. Most times, all right, to avoid unnecessary waste of time, you don't need all these most times. You just have to go to the 3 major ones you need are your Pixel Lab, your Snapseed, and PicsArt. If you can work well with your Snapseed is enough. Then you can put some external touch if it's needed on PicsArt here. Then you are good to go. So you don't have to go through all this stress to make your design beautiful. No. Most of my designs I used only Pixel Lab, Snapseed, and PicsArt. But when I really want it to look, then I come here and do what I needed to do, or what I need to do rather. So what I really always love to use is FX effects. You can see it here, FX effects. So when you click on it, click on HDR. I love it so much. I use it every of my design. You click on HDR again, then reduce the unsharp. Unsharp is that thing making it look dark. Reduce it. We don't need saturation here. It's colored already. We don't need saturation. Reduce the fade a bit and reduce the blur a bit. Nice, go 958. Let's see before and after. It's hardly visible. So you check it. It's good. So you come to mask. I think that's all we need. Mask. Then we have two major ones that I use. I use the fold and I use the dust. So the fold one is what I use most times. Fold one is what I use most times. Are we still there? Is there anyone having any difficulty in what we have been doing so far? Are we still there?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Are we learning something? Are we learning something new?
yes, sir.
All right, that's great. All right, you can unmute. You can mute yourself, rather. You can mute yourself. This thing is not always like this. I don't know what's wrong tonight. In fact, it doesn't require data. If you have opened it once, it doesn't require data, honestly. So I don't know.
Is your data? Is your
Okay,
data, sir? Try
actually-
open your data.
Actually, I made a mistake. It is not fold. It should be repo. Okay, I'm just trying to see. I've opened fold before, and if you open something before, I've opened repo before. If you have opened something before, it should not be loaded. That's a mistake from my side. So I'm supposed to use repo, not fold, because I've opened the repo before. It's what I use always. So let's quickly add it again. Okay. No, not you. All right, so let's quickly do the effect once again. All right, so HDR. Okay, let's quickly do this. Yo, come on. All right, so on sharp, go down. Alright, so let's check. So I make use of basically two masks here. So when you click on the mask, it's repo. You can see it here, repo one. So you click on it again, reduce it. That's the effect on the face of that lady. I think 12 is good. Okay, so that's just it. Then the dust. Let's give it the dust. So you can leave the dust. It's not bad, but I love to reduce it. I don't want it to make the design too busy. All right, so our design is ready. So let me just save it now and send it down to the group so you can see what we did together just now. Okay, so it's ready.